And welcome to Cambridge Chemistry channel with solveP1. Be sure to like the video and subscribe the channel. Really helps the channel to grow. In this video I will discuss chemistry paper 1 multiple choice 507011 October November 2023. Let's start. Question number 1: in which changes do the particles move further apart? You know that in solid states particles closely packed, in liquid states there is little space between the particles. So in gaseous state particles move further apart. So a gas is heated from 0 degree centigrade to 25 degree centigrade. Yes, this is correct because it is a gas and its small particles move further apart. Pressure is applied to gas at a constant temperature. No, it is correct. When pressure is applied, volume of gas is decreased, so particles come closer to each other. So that's why this is not correct option. Steam condenses from water. No, it is not correct because this is steam is in the form of gas and condenses to form water. Particles come closer to each other. So this is also incorrect. Water evaporates at room temperature. Yes, this is correct because water is in liquid form, evaporates at room temperature. When it changes into gaseous, they move further apart. So if 1 and 4 statements are correct. So if 1 and 4 are correct, B option is correct option. Question number 2: data about two compounds is given. Both compounds have a simple molecular structure. Two bottles are placed, H2S melting and boiling points are given, and PCl3. Both are simple molecule. Two bottles are placed close together inside a large container at a temperature of 90 degrees centigrade. One bottle contains 1 gram of H2S and the other bottle contains 1 gram of PCl3. A detector is placed in the container 2 meter away from the two bottles. Detector is placed in the container 2 meter away from the two bottles. The two bottles are opened at the same time. Which row is correct? Compound that reaches detector first. You know that the movement of the simple molecules when it exists in gaseous state depends on MR and heat and the temperature, the two factors which affect the movement of the particles. The compound that reaches detector first, H2S, MR of H2S is 2 plus 32 is equal to 34, and PCl3 phosphorus is 31 and 35.5 into 3. So the MR of this compound is 137.5. So PCl3 has higher MR, so it diffuses slower, and the H2S is lower MR, so it diffuses fast. So the gas which reaches to the detector is H2S because it has lower MR, and the lower the MR diffuses faster. So gases diffuses faster than liquids. So PCl3 is in liquid state because its melting point and boiling points are in between the room temperature. Room temperature is 25 degrees centigrade and melting point is, if melting point is below than room temperature and boiling point above in room temperature, the substance exists in liquid state. So if this is room temperature, let's say, and melting and boiling point both are below than room temperature, so this is minus 61 and this is minus 85, both below than room temperature, so it exists in gaseous state. Okay, and if the melting and boiling point both above, then if melting point, boiling point both above than room temperature, then it exists in solid state. So PCl3 is in liquid state. So compound that reaches detector first is gases, diffuses faster than the liquids. A option is correct option. Substances can be element, compound or mixture. Which row is correct? Copper is an element, brass is mixture. It is incorrect. Zinc is element, so it is also incorrect. Methane is compound, so it is not an element. Carbon is an element, it is not compound. Petroleum is a mixture. Yes, this is correct. Nitrogen is an element, carbon dioxide is a compound. Water vapors are not a mixture, it is a compound. Oxygen is an element, glucose is a compound, air is a mixture. So D option is correct option. The letter X, Y and Z represent different atoms. So these X and Y have the same proton and different neutron number. So X and Y could be isotopes, and Y and Z are different elements. Which statement is correct? X and Y are the same elements. Yes, X and Y are the same elements because they have same number of proton. So this might be correct. X and Z are the same element. No, X and Z are different elements because they have different proton number. So it is incorrect. X has more proton than Y. X has more proton than Y. No, it is not correct. X and Y has the same proton. Z has more neutron than Y. Z has more neutrons than Y. No, Z has 20 neutron and Y also has 20 neutron. So it is also incorrect. A option is correct option. A student makes 3 elements: calcium ion have 2 plus charge and oxide ion have 2 minus charge. Makes 3 statement. Calcium have 2 positive charge and oxide ion have 2 negative charge. Yes, it is correct. Magnesium ion and oxide ion have the same electronic configuration as neon. So it is also correct because neon electronic configuration is 2,8, while magnesium 2 positive after losing electron, it has also 2,8, and oxygen after gaining 2 electron is equal to 2 and 8. So this is also correct option. Statement. Calcium ion have 3 full electron shells and magnesium ions have 2 full electron shell. Yes, magnesium ion has 2 full electron shells while calcium ion has 3 electron shell. So this is also correct. Which statement are correct? 1, 2, 3 are correct. So A option is correct option. 4 statements about graphite, diamond and silicon 4 oxide are listed. Diamond and silicon 4 oxide are very hard and have similar structure. Yes, both have tetrahedral and each atom is surrounded by 4 other atoms. So they have very hard. They both have giant macromolecular structure, and giant macromolecular structure have very hard due to many strong covalent bonds in the macromolecular lattice. So it is correct. In diamond, each carbon atom is joined 4 other carbon atom. It is also correct because this is the structure of diamond and this is the structure of silica. So both have same structure, and carbon is in diamond, carbon is surrounded by 4 carbon atoms. This is also correct. The silicon 4 oxide forms a giant structure of silicon and oxygen atom. Yes, it is correct. because silicon 4 oxide is a compound and it forms the giant structure of silicon and oxygen atom. It is also correct. Diamond and graphite both conduct electricity. No, it is not correct, because graphite conduct electricity but diamond cannot. So it is incorrect. They are both forms of carbon. This statement is correct, but this part of the statement is incorrect. So 1, 2, 3 option statements are correct. So A option is correct option. Which row is correct? Compound molecular formula. Ammonia. So ammonia is a compound, but its molecular formula is NH3. Ethene is a compound, its molecular formula is C2H4. So ammonia, it is incorrect. Methanol, CH4. Yes, methanol is the formula is CH3OH. So the molecular formula of methanol is CH4O. This is correct. And compound, this is also compound. Propanoic acid is a compound, but its molecular formula is incorrect. Its molecular formula is C3H6O2. So C option is correct option. Compound Y is the only substance formed when 500 centimeter cube of ammonia react with 250 centimeter cube of carbon dioxide. All measurements are at RTP. Y is the only substance formed when 500 centimeter cube of ammonia react with 250 centimeter cube of ammonia of carbon dioxide. All measurements are at room temperature. What is the formula of Y? We know that 500 centimeter cube and 250 centimeter cube. Ammonia is a gas, carbon dioxide is also a gas. To form Y, we know that 500 centimeter cube of ammonia and 250 centimeter cube of, so we know that mole is directly proportional to volume of gas. So 500, by simplifying this is 2 and this is 1. So we have 2:1 ratio, 2 moles of ammonia and 1 mole of carbon dioxide to form Y. So now calculate the number of hydrogen atom, number of nitrogen atom and number of carbon atom in a compounds. So let's calculate. Number of nitrogen atom is 2 nitrogen and 8 hydrogen and 1 carbon. So it is incorrect, because in this case there is 2 nitrogen and 2 3 is 6 hydrogen. So the compound which have 2 nitrogen and 6 hydrogen is a correct option, and 1 carbon. So now let's calculate. This is incorrect. B has nitrogen 2 nitrogen and hydrogen 6 hydrogen, 6 hydrogen and 1 carbon and 2 oxygen atom. So we have in this equation 2 nitrogen, 6 hydrogen, 1 carbon and 2 oxygen atom. So this is incorrect option. B is correct option. So because in this case C 2 nitrogen and 4 hydrogen, so it is incorrect. 2 nitrogen, in this case 2 nitrogen, 8 hydrogen. So also this is incorrect. So B option is correct option. How many sodium ions are there in 30 gram of sodium sulfate? This is the how many sodium ions. If we dissociate sodium sulfate Na2SO4, 2 sodium ion and 1 sulfate ion. So how many sodium ions are in 30 gram of sodium sulfate? So first calculate the mole of sodium sulfate is equal to 30 divided by mR of sodium sulfate is 23 into 2 plus 32 plus 64. So this is equal to 23 into 2 plus 32 plus 64. This is equal to 142. So mole 30 divided by 142, this is equal to 0.211 mole. So we know that how many sodium ions. Ion is the number of particles. So how to calculate the particle? We know that number of particle is equal to mole into Avogadro number. So mole is 0.211 into 6.02 into 10 raised per 23. This is equal to 1.27 into 10 raised per 23. And we know that this is the mole of particles, and we have 2 moles of sodium ion. So multiplied by, so this is 1:2 and 1.27 number of particle into x. So this is sodium sulfate and this is sodium ion. So in this way we get 2.54 into 10 raised per 23. So sorry, 54 into 10 raised per 23. B option is correct option. Okay, I will erase this. Now let's solve the next question. Question number 10. The compounds are listed. Copper 2 nitrate, zinc sulfate, sodium thiosulfate. Which row shows the element that is present in the greatest percentage by mass in each compound? In each compound, which row shows the element that is present in the greatest percentage by mass in each compound? Mr copper 2 nitrate is 188, zinc sulfate is 161, Na2S2O3 is the 158, and we have to calculate copper, oxygen, sulfur, sodium. So let's calculate. So copper percent, copper is 63.5 divided by 188 into 100. So this is equal to 33.7. oxygen is equal to 6 into 16 divided by 188 into 100 is equal to 150 51%. Similarly, so there is no nitrogen, so no need to calculate the nitrogen over here. So next is 33% shows the element that is present in the greatest amount. So in the copper 2 nitrate, oxygen is in excess, so it is incorrect 51% and 51%. Let's calculate other. Zinc sulfate MR is 161, is equal to 65 divided by 161 into 100. 161 65 divided by 161 is equal to so this is 40.3. So there is in these two options C and D, in about in C and D only one option is correct, so there is no other option over here, so zinc is the correct option. Zinc has the greater mass. Okay, so we predict that zinc might be has larger mass than sulfur and oxygen, in this case zinc sulfate. Now let's calculate sodium thiosulfate. Sodium percent. Sodium percent is equal to 2 into 23 divided by 158 into 100. So this is about 29.1%, and so sulfur is as 2 into 32 divided by 158 into 100. This is about 40.1%. So sodium is not a correct option. So in sodium thiosulfate, sulfur has the largest. So D option is correct option. Question number 11. The complete combustion of 20 centimeter cube of gaseous alkane X requires 130 centimeter cube of oxygen. Both volumes are measured at room temperature and pressure. What could be the identity of X? CXHY is plus O2 to form CO2 plus water. 20 centimeter cube of gaseous alkane. This is 20 centimeter cube and this is 130 centimeter cube. So simplify these two volume. 20 ones are 20. 130 divided by 20. This is about 6.5 and this is equal to 1. So this is 1. We know I have already discussed that mole is direct in gaseous. If the substance in chemical equations are in gaseous states, so mole is directly proportional to volume of gas. is 20 centimeter cube, it means 20 centimeter cube is equal to 1 mole, and it is 130 centimeter cube is equal to 6 point. So this is 6.5 moles, and this is first compound is C4H10. Let's calculate this. C4H10 plus 6.5O2 is equal to carbon dioxide 4 plus water, so 10, so 5H2O. So this is 4 to the 8 and 5 13, so 13 number of oxygen atom. So if we multiply 6.5 to 2, so this is equal to 13 oxygen atom over here and 13 oxygen atom over here. So in this way, this is the balanced chemical equation. So this is the butane. The best option is butane. Next options you can calculate like this. Okay, so butane is the best option in this for this question. Aqueous copper 2 sulfate is electrolyzed with copper electrodes. What is the equation for the reaction occurring at the anode? Copper 2 sulfate is electrolyzed with copper electrodes. When we use copper electrodes with copper 2 sulfate, the anode reaction is copper solid dissolves to form copper 2 ion 2 electron, and at cathode copper deposit at the cathode. So this is the anode reaction and this is cathode. What is the equation for the reaction occurring at the anode? This might be correct because this is copper 2 ions and 2 electron. This is cathode reaction, this is cathode, this is anode. It is not correct because in this case copper dissolves at anode. 4 OH ion, this is incorrect. Sulfate ions never ever discharge at the anode or cathode, so that's why it is incorrect. A option is correct option. Question number 13. 3 statements about fuel cells are given. Hydrogen oxygen fuel cell requires a continuous input of fuel and oxygen. Hydrogen oxygen fuel cell requires a continuous input of oxygen. Yes, it is correct. It is a continuous supply of oxygen is required in oxygen hydrogen fuel cell. In a hydrogen oxygen fuel cell, hydrogen is burned in oxygen to produce. Yes, it is correct. In hydrogen oxygen, both hydrogen and oxygen fuel cell, hydrogen is burned in oxygen to produce electricity. When a hydrogen oxygen fuel cell, in hydrogen oxygen fuel cells, hydrogen is burned in, no, this is not correct, sorry. In hydrogen oxygen fuel cell, hydrogen is burned in oxygen to produce. Hydrogen is not burned. Hydrogen react with the OH ion to form first to form water, and water react with oxygen to form, and when this process is going to complete, electricity is produced. When a hydrogen oxygen fuel cell is operating, water is the only, yes, this is correct option. This is incorrect. So if 1 and 3 statement are correct, C option is correct option. Question number 14. Under certain conditions, nitrogen react with the oxygen to form N2O. The reaction pathway diagram is shown. This is endothermic reaction, progress of reaction. What is activation energy of the reverse reaction? What is the activation? This is endothermic reaction, and what is the reverse reaction? So this is the reverse reaction. This is reverse reaction, and this is activation energy. this is activation energy, and over here 447. So in reverse reaction we 447 minus 164, it is equal to 447 minus 164 is equal to 283. 283 kilojoule per mole. So this is equal to 283 kilojoule, because this is reverse reaction is exothermic, and in exothermic minimum energy is required. So activation energy will become less than the in exothermic than the activation energy of endothermic reaction. So that's why we subtract this energy from this energy to get activation energy. So D option is correct option. Question number 15, hydrogen and bromine react to form hydrogen bromide. Bond energy data is given in the table. Hydrogen and bromide react to form hydrogen bromide. H2 plus Br to 2HBr, bond energy data is given in the table. HH bond is this, Br bond is this, and HBr. We know that delta HR is equal to H heat of reactant minus sum of heat of reactant, sum of heat of product. So this is HH bond plus Br bond minus 2 HBr bond. So this is equal to 436, this is equal to 193, and this is minus 2366, and it is equal to minus 103 kilojoule mole inverse 1. So minus 103, B option is correct option. Question number 16, C8H18 is a hydrocarbon. When octane is mixed with an excess of oxygen, no change takes place. Octane is mixed with an excess of oxygen, no change takes place unless energy is supplied. If energy is supplied in the form of heat or an electric spark, change takes place quickly. The products of this change include carbon dioxide. Which part of this description shows that the change is a chemical change? Electric spark, a change takes place quickly. The product of this change include carbon dioxide. Octane is hydrocarbon, so this is what part of this change is chemical change. Octane is a hydrocarbon. It is not this statement does not show that it is a chemical change. No change takes place unless oxygen energy is supplied. It is also incorrect. No chemical change takes place over here in this statement. The change takes place quickly. So it explains the speed of reaction but not the change, not the chemical change. Carbon dioxide produced, yes, octane changes into when supplied electric spark changes into carbon dioxide. So octane changes into carbon dioxide. This is the chemical change. So D option is correct option. Question number 17, a student plans to investigate how the rate of reaction changes when hydrochloric acid and calcium carbonate react. So when calcium carbonate react with HCl to form calcium chloride, water and carbon dioxide, three methods are described. Quarter mole HCl balance calcium carbonate. Record the mass of the flask and contents every 30 seconds for 5 minutes. Measure and record the volume of gas in the syringe after 30 seconds. Count and record the total number of bubbles of gas in the water every 30 seconds for 5 minutes. Which methods could be used to measure how the rate of reaction changes? How the rate of reaction changes. In this method, record the mass of the flask and contents every 30 seconds for 5 minutes. Every 30 seconds for 5 minutes. And this measure the record the volume of gas. And he asked you that which method could be used to measure the how the rate of reaction changes with the passage of time. Measure and record the volume of gas in syringe after 30 seconds. So this experiment to only measure and record the volume of gas, not rate of change of reaction of after regular interval of time. So this is 30 seconds for 5 minutes and this is 30 seconds for 5 minutes. These two setup measures how the rate of reaction changes per unit time. So 1 and 3 options are correct because in this method experiment 2 measure the and record the volume of gas after 30 seconds. This is only after the 30 seconds. This flask and contents every 30 seconds for 5 minutes and of gas in water every 30 seconds for 5 minutes. So these two methods uh, explain that how the rate of reaction changes. So 1 and 3 are correct. C option is correct option. Question number 18, aqueous bromine is an equilibrium mixture Br2 plus water OBr minus plus Br minus plus 2H positive. Aqueous ammonia is orange in color. The species on the right hand side of the equations are colorless. Changes are made to 3 separate portions of the equilibrium mixture. Which row shows how the color of the mixture changes when a small amount of each substance is added? This is bromine. The color is brown, dark brown or dark orange. So dark brown is not here, so we can write dark orange. OBr negative, Br negative is the colorless. This is also. So which row shows how the color of the mixture changes when a small amount of each substance is added? This is reversible reaction. When bromine is added, reaction is changes into forward side, and when these reactants are added, when these products are added, the reaction will shift backward. Okay, let's see. Adding sulfuric acid. This is sulfuric acid. When we add sulfuric acid, the concentration on the product is more, so equilibrium will shift backward, so more dark orange color is observed. So it is correct. Adding solid sodium bromide. So sodium bromide is over here. So NaBr, like this is ionic equation. So this is in case in the form of sodium bromide. When sodium bromide is added, reaction again will shift backward. So again dark orange color is observed. Adding water, so water is on the reactant side. When water is added, reaction will shift forward. So this is not dark orange, this is colorless. Paler orange can be. So adding sulfuric acid, dark orange. Adding sodium bromide, again dark orange, reaction will shift backward and bromine is formed. Adding water, water is on the reactant side. When we add water, equilibrium will shift forward. So paler orange is the correct word. So this is the B option is correct option. Question number 19. In which substance does the nitrogen atom have the same oxidation number as the nitrogen atoms in HNO2? Does the nitrogen atom have the same oxidation number as the nitrogen atom in HNO2? In HNO2 is equal to 0, 1 plus nitrogen plus 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. 1 plus nitrogen minus 4 is equal to 0. Nitrogen minus 3 is equal to 0 and nitrogen is equal to plus 3. So assuming the oxidation number for the other elements in these compound plus 1, F minus and O2 minus. NF3, fluorine is more electronegative, so fluorine carrying minus 1 and nitrogen carrying 3 plus. So this compound, because if we calculate like this, nitrogen has plus 3, NF3 is equal to 0, nitrogen assuming x, 3 minus 1 is equal to 0, x minus 3 is equal to 0 and x is equal to plus 3. So this statement is correct, N carrying 3 plus charge. So in this way you can calculate and you can check all these compounds like this by using this method. So A option is correct option. Lime water is aqueous calcium hydroxide. Which statement about lime water is correct? It has a pH below 7. No, it has pH. Calcium hydroxide is alkaline solution. This is alkaline solution, so its pH is above than 7, so it is incorrect. It gives a blue green color in the flame test. Calcium does not gives blue green color in the flame test, so it is also incorrect. It reacts with ammonia to form an ammonium salt, so it does not react. Calcium hydroxide does not react with ammonia to form ammonium salt. Ammonium salt is formed when ammonia react with any acid, so it is also incorrect. It turns yellow when methyl orange is added, so it is correct option because methyl orange, it is alkaline solution with methyl orange. This is the methyl orange. Color changes 5 till 14. This is pH, and 1 till 5 are red or orange, and 5 to 14 is yellow. So calcium hydroxide is alkaline, so that's why the color is yellow. It turns yellow when methyl orange is added in calcium hydroxide. So calcium hydroxide is alkaline in nature, so the color of methyl orange in calcium hydroxide is yellow. So D option is correct option. 21. Which two oxides will both react with aqueous sodium hydroxide? Calcium oxide. Calcium oxide is basic oxide. Sodium oxide, basically it is a alkali, and copper 2 oxide, both oxide, calcium oxide and both are basic oxide, so cannot react with sodium hydroxide. Calcium oxide and zinc oxide. Calcium oxide can react, but zinc oxide is which two oxides? Calcium oxide cannot react, zinc oxide can react, because zinc oxide is amphoteric. So amphoteric oxide react with both alkali and acid, so it is also incorrect option. Copper 2 oxide is basic oxide, again sulfur dioxide is acidic oxide, so it can react, but copper 2 oxide cannot react. Sulfur dioxide is acidic oxide. This is amphoteric. So both react with sodium hydroxide to form salt and water. So because sulfur dioxide is acidic oxide, zinc oxide is amphoteric oxide. So acidic oxide and amphoteric oxide both react with sodium hydroxide to form salt and water. So D option is correct option. Question number 22. A solution of sodium carbonate is added to tap water. A white precipitate. Sodium carbonate is added to tap water. Na2CO3. A white precipitate forms. Which ion present in the tap water causes the precipitate to form? Which ion present in the tap water? So chloride cannot, because NaCl is formed. So it is incorrect. Magnesium, Na2CO3. Which ion? Plus magnesium ion to form magnesium carbonate. It is solid. And sodium ion. So white precipitates of magnesium carbonate is formed. So it is correct option. Potassium ion, again sodium carbonate plus potassium ion. Potassium form K2CO3. This is again aqueous. This is again aqueous. And similarly Na2SO4 plus sulfate to form. This is the same common ions over here. The same solution is there. The same solution is there. Na2SO4 aqueous. So it is and potassium ion also same aqueous solution. In both case same aqueous solutions are there. So magnesium with magnesium carbonate and all carbonates, all carbonates are insoluble except group 1 carbonate and ammonium carbonate. So this is incorrect, and incorrect. B option is correct option. Question number 23. The characteristic properties of element change from left to right across period 2 of the periodic table. On the left of the period, the change on the ion formed by an element is from left to right across period 2 of the period. On the left of the period, the charge on the ion formed by an element is the same as the group number. Yes, if group 1 element carrying +1, group 2 elements carrying +2, group 3 3 plus, group 4 +4, group 5 -3 and -2 and -1, group 4, group 3, group 5, sorry, this is group 5 and this is group 6 and this is group 7. So same as a group number. It is incorrect. Which statement are correct? Both 1 and 2. 1 only. B option is correct option. Which statement about the group 7 halogen is correct? Bromine consists of Br2 molecules at room temperature and pressure. Yes, it is correct option, because all group 7 elements exist in molecular form at room temperature and pressure. Iodine will displace bromine. No, iodine is less reactive than bromine, so cannot displace from potassium bromide. So it is incorrect. The halogen become darker in color as the relative molecular mass decreases. No, it is become paler, become lighter. It is darker when molecular mass increases. So this option is also incorrect. The halogen becomes more volatile as the relative molecular mass increases. No, it becomes less volatile when as the relative molecular mass increases. So A option is correct option. A power cable requires an element that conduct electricity. Yes, it has a relative low density. Yes, should be low density. Is a ductile. Yes, it should be ductile. Which of these, because ductile mean drawn into wires. The metals has a typical property that metals are malleable and ductile, and ductile mean drawn into wires. So the cable requires the elements which can be drawn into wire and has a relative low density and conduct electricity. 1, 2, 3 are correct. So A option is correct option. 26. Which diagram represents the structure of alloy? This is the regular arrangement of structure, so it could be metal. This could be alloy. This is the different sizes of atoms are present in this mixture, so this could be alloy. This is diamond and this is graphite. So B option is correct option. Most metals react with oxygen in the air to form a metal oxide. Most metals react with oxygen in the air to form metal oxide. Which metal forms a metal oxide layer that produces its apparent reactivity? So aluminum is the metal which forms because aluminum is most reactive metal than copper, iron and silver, so it forms apparent it forms a layer of oxide which reduces its apparent reactivity. A option is correct option. Which sub statement about corrosion of metal is correct? A barrier method is needed to prevent the corrosion of stainless steel. No, stainless steel is an alloy, so already alloy is making alloy reduces the corrosion. Iron corrodes to protect hydrated iron 1 oxide, so it is not correct. Sacrificial protection uses a less reactive, no, not less reactive, more reactive, attached to the metal object that is being protected, so it is not correct. D option is correct because when corrosion occurs the metal loses electron, so metal always loses electrons to become positive ions, so it is correct. Like iron in moist air to form Fe2O3.H2O. So this is the rust and corroded iron 3 oxide, so iron loses electron, iron loses electron to form. So this D option is correct option. Some metals and the compounds in their ores are shown: aluminum oxide, calcium carbonate, lead sulfide, and sodium chloride, iron 3 oxide, magnesium carbon. Which type of reaction occurs in the extraction of each of these metal from its ore? Decomposition by heat. Yes, decomposition by heat, magnesium carbonate plus calcium, first calcium carbonate and no, lead sulfide also, and iron 3 oxide. So these are further oxidized by, I think so, only this metal is displaced by heating. This is also react with oxygen, so nothing, so it is incorrect. Electrolysis, aluminum oxide Which type of reaction occurs in extraction of each of these metals from its ore? Al2O3, calcium, sodium and magnesium. So B option is which type of reaction occurs in the extraction of each of these metals from its ore? This is aluminum oxide is the best option. So let's check this question again. Which type of reaction occur in the extraction of aluminium, extraction of each of these metals from its ore? Decomposition by heat, electrolysis, precipitation and reduction. We know that if we find out aluminium through electrolysis, which process is going on? This is reduction. Aluminium is reduction. When calcium carbonate first decompose calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide, then calcium oxide electrolysis, through electrolysis again reduction, 2 positive plus or 2 oxygen to form calcium solid. This is again reduction process, and this is again reduction. And when lead sulfide, this is 2 PbS, if we heat with oxygen even, then 2 positive and sulfur dioxide. So this is again reduction, 0 and 2p, this is again reduction. Similarly, sodium chloride through electrolysis, so sodium in molten form, so sodium carrying plus electron to also reduction. This is also reduction reaction. So in all cases reduction reaction takes place. Iron 3 oxide is also reduction, because when iron 3 oxide in blast furnace react with carbon monoxide, Fe2O3 plus carbon monoxide to form Fe plus CO2, this is again reduction, because 3 plus over here and this is 0. And similarly, magnesium carbonate first decompose magnesium oxide and carbon dioxide, then using electrolysis, magnesium oxide in molten form, magnesium in the form of ions, 2 positive and oxygen 2 negatives, and magnesium through electrolysis again through reduction. So the main type of reaction occurs is reduction. D option is correct option. Hopefully you understood this question. So next question is, which statement about natural sources of water and the domestic water supply is correct? This question from water environmental chemistry. Chlorine is used to remove taste and odor. No, chlorine is not used to remove taste and odor. It kills the germs in water. So it is incorrect. Metal compounds from detergents and can deoxygenate, natural source of water. So metal compounds from detergents are not deoxygenated, non-metal compounds from detergents, so it is also incorrect. Photosynthesis provides the oxygen needed for aquatic life in natural sources of water. Yes, this is correct, because photosynthesis carbon dioxide, water to form glucose, C6H12O6 plus oxygen. So photosynthesis provides oxygen needed for aquatic life in natural sources of water. So this is correct option, C option. Sedimentation removes nitrates. No, sedimentation does not remove nitrates are soluble compounds. So sedimentation is not used to remove nitrates. So it is also incorrect. Gases that may be present in the air are listed: neon, carbon monoxide, nitrogen and methane. Which gases are atmospheric pollutant? Carbon monoxide is atmospheric pollutant and methane gas is the atmospheric pollutant. Death and decay of vegetation produces methane gas, which causes global warming, and carbon monoxide react with hemoglobin, blood hemoglobin to form carboxyhemoglobin, which prevents the air to enter in the lungs. So it is toxic gas. So 2 and 4 are correct. C option is correct option. Which compounds are in the same homologous series? CH3 CH2, this is butane, this is butene, this is butane, and this is also 2-methyl propane. This is also alkane. So it is incorrect. This is propene. This is butene, and this is also butene. So B option is correct option, because it is propene, it is butene, and it is again butene. So B option is correct option. This is alcohol, because OH is there. This is also alcohol. This is carboxylic acid at propanoic acid. This is propane. This is 4-butane, and this is 1 2 3 4 5 pentene, because CH and CH2 over here double bond is present. So B option is correct option. The diagram shows 4 structures C4H8. Which structure represents the same molecule? Which structures same molecule? This is 1-butane, 1 2 3 and 4. This is 2-methyl but1ene. Sorry, 1 2 3 1 2 3 prop1ene. This is 1 2 3 and 4, 2-butene, and this is 1 2 no this is 1 2 and 3. This is 2-methyl prop1ene, because carbon number 1 there is carbon to carbon double bond, and at carbon number 2 methyl group is present. So similar, this is the same structure. 2 and 4 are the same structure. This is 2-methyl prop1ene, and this is again 2-methyl prop1ene. So D option is correct option. Question number 34. The displayed formula of 2 organic compounds are shown. This is methanol, and this is 1 2. This is ethyl, and this is methanoic acid, because 1 carbon is methanoate. So the compound is ethyl methanoate. Compound 1 is methanol and ethyl methanoate. Ethyl, this is ethyl, and this is one carbon over here with double bond with oxygen. So this is part of methanoic acid and the compound is ethyl methanoate. C option is correct option. Two products of the separation of petroleum are the lubricating oil fraction and the kerosene paraffin oil. Which statement is correct? The lubricating oil fraction is more viscous than kerosene. Yes, lubricating oil is, this is the arrangement of fraction. Petroleum gases, at the top petroleum gases are distilled over, then petrol, then naphtha, then kerosene oil, then diesel, then lubricating oil and bitumen. So this is the arrangement and this is the, at the top higher, lower to higher, lowest boiling point to highest boiling point. The lubricating oil fraction, the more carbon in the fraction, the more viscous. So petroleum gases has less carbon, petrol has more carbon than this, and this is, so lubricating oil at 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 6 number, so it has more carbon atom, so it become more viscous than kerosene oil. Kerosene oil has less carbon than the lubricating oil, so A option is correct option. An incomplete equation for the reduction of propane with chlorine is shown. This is the incomplete equation for the reaction of propane with chlorine is shown. A student writes 3 statements about this reaction. The activation energy of this reaction is provided by ultraviolet. Yes, sunlight is the main condition of this reaction, substitution reaction. It is correct. C3H7Cl. Yes, this is C3H8. 1 mole of chlorine displaces only one, substitute only one hydrogen atom. So C3H7Cl and HCl. C3H7Cl has 2 different structure. Yes, this 2 different structural formula because it can form 2 different structural formula like this Cl and this is another structural formula. So over here Cl, hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. So C3H7Cl has 2 different structure formula. This is also correct. X is an acidic gas. Yes, X is HCl, so it is an acidic gas. So 1, 2, 3 are correct. So A option is correct. Glycerol is an alcohol with 3 OH groups per molecules. What is the equation for the combustion of glycerol? Combustion of glycerol. This is C3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, H8 and O3. When react with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water, 3 carbon, 8, 4 to the 8. And there are 3 to the 6 and 4, 10. Over here 3 and 2 5, 3 to 6 4 10, 3 to the 6 and 4 10 oxygen atom over here. By multiplying this equation with 2, except oxygen, then we multiply oxygen later. 3 6 CO2 plus 8 H2O. So this 6 to the 12 oxygen over here and 8 oxygen over here. So total oxygen atom is 20. 2 3 the 6 oxygen atom in this. So what are left behind? 6 oxygen 14. So 7 O2. So C option is correct option. Compound X decolorizes acidified potassium, aqueous potassium manganate. Compound X has the empirical formula C2H5O. Empirical formula C2H5O. Some possible structure of X are shown. Which structures could be the correct for compound X? C2H5O. Compound X decolorizes acidified aqueous potassium manganate. Acidified decolorizes aqueous potassium manganate is an oxidizing agent. This is oxidizing agent, and we know that alcohol always act as a reducing agent against potassium manganate. So potassium manganate decolorizes by using alcohol. C2H5O is an alcohol. And second information is compound X has the empirical formula C2H5O, and if you remember that there is the same molecular formula and empirical formula of homologous series of alcohol. So this is C2H5O. So the compound is C2H5O. Some possible structures of X are shown. One is 1 2, this is C2, 1 2 3 4 5. This is alcohol and this is C2, 1 2 3 4 5 6 H6O. So this is not correct. This is 1 2 3 4 C4, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and C4H10. Two alcohols are there. O2, 2 to the 4, 2 5 the 10 and 2 1 the 2. So this is 2 C2H5O. This could be correct. 1 2 3 4 and 2 alcohol group are present. So this is again C4H10 O2, 2 to the 4, 2 5 the 10 and 2 1 the 2. So this is again C2H5O. So this is also correct. This is carboxylic acid, so this could not be correct because carboxylic acid cannot react with aqueous potassium manganate. So 2 and 3 are correct, so it is incorrect. This is C option is correct option. 1 2 3 4, this is C4, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 H8 O2. This is 1 4 2 C2H4O. So only 2 and 3 formulas are correct. Which structure could be correct for X compound? C. 2 and 3 could be correct. This one and this one. Which statement is correct? A filtrate is left on the filter paper during filtration. Filtrate is left on the filter paper during, no, residue is left. so this is incorrect. Statement: a saturated solution contains only substance with single bonds. Yes, this is a saturated solution contains only substance with carbon to carbon single bond. So this is not correct statement. Saturated solution contains only substance. Not, this is not correct. A solute is substance that dissolves a solvent. A solution can never be decided as pure. Solute is a substance. Solute is a substance that dissolves a solvent. No, solute is not a substance. Solvent is a substance that dissolves solute. So this is like solvent, and solute is dissolved in it. So this option is always also incorrect. And solution can never be described. Yes, solutions can never be described as a pure. So this is a correct statement. A student does two experiments. Experiment 1: ammonium carbonate is reacted with dilute hydrochloric acid. So when ammonium carbonate reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid, NH4Cl, water and carbon dioxide is formed. Ammonium carbonate is heated with aqueous sodium hydroxide. So when ammonium carbonate is heated with aqueous sodium hydroxide, NH4 twice CO3, ammonia gas is produced. Which damp blue litmus paper, red, damp red litmus paper? This is ammonium carbonate, hydrochloric acid. Ammonium, damp red litmus paper, damp blue litmus paper. Which row correctly? And over here, damp blue litmus paper and damp red litmus paper, ammonium carbonate, aqueous sodium hydroxide. In this case, ammonia gas plus sodium hydroxide. And when it is heated, again carbon dioxide is also formed. Water and sodium carbonate. No. Sodium carbonate, yes, sodium carbonate, sorry. In this reaction, when heated with sodium carbonate hydroxide, the products are sodium carbonate, ammonia gas plus water. So in this case, blue litmus paper, damp blue litmus paper, red, and in this case damp red litmus paper, blue. So which row correctly shows the color of both pieces of litmus paper at the end of each experiment? Blue is correct, blue is incorrect. This is incorrect statement. Blue in experiment 1 is correct, yes, and red sorry, in this case red litmus paper blue, sorry, red litmus paper blue, because ammonia is producing in this experiment 1. So this is incorrect. And sorry, carbon dioxide is produced. Carbon dioxide is acidic gas which turns blue litmus paper red. So it is incorrect. So in this case ammonia gas is produced. So ammonia is alkaline gas, so it turns red litmus paper blue. So this is incorrect. So this is experiment red litmus paper blue, so it is red. C option is correct option because experiment 1 blue litmus paper turns red and experiment 2 red litmus paper blue. C option is correct option. So this is all about of this paper. Hopefully you would understand this paper. If you understand, please like the video and share it and subscribe the channel and hit the icon button to get more notification. Allah